Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm Declan. I suffer with complex regional pain syndrome. I just thought I would do a quick video on the trial spinal stimulator, as mine is due to be removed tomorrow. So basically, the stimulator is temporary electrodes that are placed up my spine, and then basically where a female would have the epidural needle is where the two needles went in. Then it's two thin wires that go up my spine and then are placed where they need to be placed. On the bottom is a small pacemaker-like battery pack. I also have an external device, which is here, which this generates the electrical current. So just here down the bottom where it says strength, so obviously I have a strength of 5, so it's in my left hand and forearm, and my therapy is on. So that device is how we adjust throughout the 2 weeks how many electrical currents I need to how much I don't need. So when it's put in, you go in the hospital, you kind of put it under a local anesthetic, which is to numb my skin and my deeper tissues for when the two needles go in. You're asleep, but you can kind of still hear things going on around you, but you don't really feel nothing or actually even know what's going on around you. So the electrodes are placed in my spine under an X-ray guidance. So the procedure all up can take anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes. Now that depends obviously on how well and how easy it is for your specialist to get those electrodes up. I do believe mine took about 40 minutes to 45 minutes. So that's really good. He had a very easy job getting it up, so that's great. So like I said, it is a 2-week trial. Mine does end tomorrow. So during that 2 weeks, we have people from the stimulator companies. So they ring you every day, every second day roughly, and you run through things. So like for myself, I think it was about the second night, I could really feel the stims. Kept waking me up. I could really feel the stim going. So that day when he rang me, that's when we realized that I was on an 8. That was too high. So we brought it back to a 5, and ever since it's ran great. So the strength of 5 is pretty much what my stim needs to be on. And on the lead up, so 5 days prior, including the morning of the procedure, you have to do an antibacterial body scrub. It's awful stuff. It doesn't laver up, so it's really kind of, you've really got to take notice on where you're washing, that type of stuff. Dries out your skin, makes you feel horrible, but it's all worth it. You got to make sure, you get that scrub in every spot. You can't use any other soaps or anything. Otherwise, obviously, that defeats the purpose on the bacterial scrub. You have to make sure you're using fresh washes, fresh clothing, fresh towels. Everything has to be used once, washed. So the main objective really of the stimulator is to mask the signals traveling from my hand to my brain, saying danger, 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 to, basically my hand alerting my brain that we're in pain. So what it is we want to cut that message out. We want to readjust that message, basically, so that my hand is no longer a danger to my brain, and instead my brain's going, that's my hand, that hand is okay. I guess some of the things that I've personally noticed in my 2-week trial is I have a lot of reduced swelling. So beforehand, my hand was very swollen. I have very minimal swelling now. My skin tone has changed. It's pretty much normal. Prior to the stim, my skin would be anywhere from a majorly flared out red to a very worrying blue. Sleeping, pre-stim, sleeping, trying to get your arm comfortable because of the pain, trying to get the rest of your body comfortable, trying to shut yourself off from the pain. I'd be very up, down all night if I even slept. Now, I go to bed, I sleep till morning, till my alarm goes off, or my dog wakes me up. Reduced in my flare-ups. So pre-stim, I would suffer from a flare-up on a daily basis, and those flare-ups would generally throw my pain into about a 10. Since I've had the stim in, I've had one major flare-up where it did throw my pain back to a 10, but that's a massive change. So one major flare-up in 2 weeks rather than one major flare-up each day. Reduced in pain. So when pre-stim, when I used to wake up, my pain would sit at a 10. Because I hadn't slept, I hadn't given my body time to refresh. Throughout the day, I'd be lucky if I could knock it back to around an 8, maybe a 7. But if I did anything, so walk my dog's only a Chihuahua, our walks are like 15-20 minutes, my hand would flare up. So I would have to really work my days out so that I wasn't putting myself in a flare up too early in the day. Driving, my hand used to fill up with pressure and it would swell out and it would flare up. Doing dishes, doing a bit of housework, any of those type of things, even though this hand is actually not involved, it still flares up. Since having a stim, one major flare up, I can walk my dog, no flare up. I can do bits and pieces around the house, no flare up, which has been amazing. It's just been amazing. Also physio, so I have an app, but I will make a video purely on that app. But basically what it is, it's a brain training app to get my brain to reconnect back to my hand in a positive way. So it kind of has levels, and I was stuck on this one level, couldn't get through it. It was just stressing me out. It was just the worst. Since having the stim, I have now finished every level on the app, all with very good scores, very good times. Now, I've made my way into mirror therapy, which I also will make a video on mirror therapy when my mirror comes. I do have full-length body mirrors I could do it on. It's just trying to then work out how I would film that, I guess. So that's a positive. Yesterday, I was actually at the pain center and my pain specialist brought me in, and we actually forced my hand open for the first time in about 10 months. So I can't just open my hand, but I can help it to open. And then that's my hand open. Hopefully, over time, with all these therapies, so the mirror therapy, that type of stuff, I will hopefully eventually open my hand and possibly get some form of movement back. So I needed a reduction in everything about 50%. So a reduction in pain by 50%, and to just generally know, show results that the stimulator would give me a better quality of life. So in that 2 weeks, we feel that we have definitely done that. So I have been told that I am getting the permanent spinal stimulator. So my trial will be removed tomorrow, and then in 5 weeks time, so the 10th of December, I am booked in to have a permanent one put back in. which then with the permanent, how I said that this one has a battery pack that is external, it will actually be a pocket type thing will be cut into my skin and it will be placed into that. So it won't be external. Yeah, I hope I've given some outline on what this 2 weeks has been like for me, the idea of the stimulator, and yeah. During that 5 weeks, I will go back to having flare-ups, pain, swelling, discoloring of the skin. There are those possibilities that a lot of that will come back. So that 5 weeks, I will be concentrating pretty much purely on my mental health to be stable and to be okay in that 5 weeks of going back down that path of pain. But I think I've ran through pretty much everything that I can from a patient's point of view about the stimulator. Again, any questions, anything you want to know, please don't hesitate to send me a message and I will do my best to cover it. I just want to say thank you everybody for the love and support that you continue to give me throughout this time of my life. I appreciate all of you and I appreciate all that everybody is doing. You guys rock. I hope you have a really good day and I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.